every time I try and film this, there is somebody doing something to a car in the car park over there, and it has been happening for about 3 hours now. And every time I sit down to film a vlog intro, it starts making a loud noise. So we're just gonna push through. So if you can hear a loud noise, I'm very sorry, but hello, welcome to another weekly vlog. Oh, it's making an even louder noise now. Can you even hear it? I don't know. Anyway, welcome to another weekly vlog. It is Tuesday. I'm starting this a day later because I was back at home and my family home yesterday for the bank holiday weekend. I've been there since like last Wednesday. We did lots of exciting things. I vlogged it all. It was amazing. That's last week's vlog if you want to check that out. But oh my gosh, we saw Six. We saw Six live in concert, and words cannot do that show justice. If you have any interest in that show, go and see it. It is so, so good. Even if you don't have an interest, just such a performance. They really got the audience involved, and it just felt like a cross between a piece of theatre and also a concert, and it just worked so, so well. And I thought it was incredibly powerful, the way that it tackled the patriarchy and the way that the music and stuff all worked together to teach the audience something at the same time as having a really great time. So it was really, really interesting and so catchy and so like just happy and positive. So I felt really good about that. That was great fun, and that was kind of when I left you guys last week. I was off to London. I hadn't actually been to London, which means I haven't shown you my book haul from London. There's a few. Aptly, for seeing Six, I bought 6 books. I didn't do that deliberately, but here we are. I went to a few different bookshops, namely Forbidden Planet and the Waterstones in Piccadilly, which is massive and is my favourite Waterstones, and it just has so many books, so many corners to explore. And of course, yeah, I had to pick up some books. So I didn't really anticipate on necessarily picking up anything specific, but I have got a couple of things off my wish list, a couple of things I'd never heard of before, and a couple of things that I'd kind of seen about the place but hadn't actually thought to pick up in the past. So I'm going to show you what they are. Also going to talk to you about what I'm currently reading. Here's my little stack of 6. I love the fact that I got 6, that was not deliberate at all. So first up, the 3 I got from Forbidden Planet. So first up, I have got Threading the Labyrinth by Tiffany Angus. This is one that I had never heard of before, but it was on the new paperback release section in Forbidden Planet. They have an amazing bookshop on their bottom floor, and oh, just every time I go in there I find something that I've never seen anywhere before and absolutely have to read. So this was one of those books. So this follows a woman who inherits a house. So she is an American owner of a failing gallery, and she gets called to Hertfordshire where she inherits a huge manor house. And she goes over to this manor house and tries to work out if there's any value there, whether she can sell it or what the situation is. But it seems there's a little bit more to this house, and the history is actually somehow still living through this house. So this is kind of a historical fiction, kind of a fantasy, a little bit of a blend of both. But the bottom of the blurb says, soon she is immersed in the history of the house, the gardens that seem to change in the twilight, the ghost of a fighter plane from World War II, the figures she sees from the corner of her eye. She must ask herself, what if her heritage has carried lives across centuries? I thought this looked a bit different to what I would normally pick up, and I love the look of it. So this is Threading the Labyrinth by Tiffany Angus. Then I picked up The Mad Woman's Ball by Victoria Mass. This cover is really interesting. It's got lots of different things going on, which I absolutely love, but also look at the optical illusion on the inside. So this is set in the 1800s, I think? Yes, 1885. And this follows women in an asylum in Paris who have basically been put there because of female hysteria, which is a kind of another word for saying that women that were going through various different emotions for various different reasons, or women that were unwanted by their husbands, or women that just performed in any way different to what society just deemed normal or acceptable, and they were just popped into places they really didn't deserve to be. So this book follows some women at this asylum, and there is a ball held every year where the women are able to socialise and meet each other, and it's something that brings them real hope every year. And this book specifically follows the story of one woman who used to be a nurse as she meets a new patient in the asylum who has a secret, and it all comes to fruition at the ball of that year. This was really interesting and definitely not something I would usually lean towards. However, I am really interested in reading more about this part of history and seeing how women were treated for just being women with emotions, and the fact that men just didn't want them anymore and discarded them, and they ended up in asylums, and it's just awful. But I'm really intrigued to see how this story goes. I've never heard of this book before, and yeah, I'm really excited to give this one a go. Finally, from Forbidden Planet, I picked up a hardback copy of Flashfire by TJ Klune. TJ Klune is the author of The House in the Cerulean Sea, and I was super excited to see this one in there. I've had this one on my wish list for a little bit now. I added this on after I read The House in the Cerulean Sea, which was just fantastic, so I wanted to give this a go, which I believe is a superhero novel, so it's right up my street. I absolutely loved, as a child, anything with abilities where people had different types of abilities, and as an adult that has transitioned into quite a heavy obsession with all the Marvel films, so I'm very happy to read any books like this too, particularly something like Victoria Schwab's Villain series, for example, so this gives me those vibes a little bit. Now what I will say is this is actually the second book in the series to The Extraordinaries, but I saw this one in hardback and I wanted to get it because I really enjoy having hardbacks, so I'm going to see if I can try and track down a copy of The Extraordinaries in hardback, but I don't know if it's still about. If not, I will get it in paperback, but I just really wanted to own this series because it looks like a super fun superhero series in a big city and I am very much here for it. Now, the 3 books I picked up in Waterstones Piccadilly. So first I picked up My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Ortessa Moshfegh, and this is one I have seen everywhere at the moment. I've seen loads of people picking this up in the last few weeks. So I saw a copy just sat on its own on a table and was like, yeah, I will have that for myself. As far as what this is about, I feel like the blurb gives you a very small insight, so I'm not 100% sure on what direction the story is going to take. But the blurb says, young, thin and pretty, a recent Columbia graduate, an apartment on the Upper East Side of Manhattan, paid for by her inheritance. Our narrator has many of the advantages of life, but there is a vacuum at the heart of things, and it isn't just the loss of her parents, or the way her Wall Street boyfriend treats her, or her sadomasochist relationship with her best friend. It's the year 2000 in the world's greatest city, a glitter with wealth and possibilities. What could go so terribly wrong? I just love the sound of this. It sounds really intriguing, sounds a bit different. I am excited to give it a go. Then I picked up a copy of F. Scott Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby in the matching Penguin edition to the classics that I have. I specifically wanted to get this edition because it just matches all the other ones I had, but I hadn't seen it in stores and I don't want to order it from Amazon, so I wanted to check it was definitely the right edition because I couldn't see the spine to tell whether it was the right edition or not. So I am really pleased to have actually seen this in a store and bought it. I haven't read The Great Gatsby. It is a 20s classic and I really, really want to read it. So this literally gives me no excuse not to. And finally, I bought The Truants by Katie Wienberg. This is one I have seen when it first came out, like last year or the year before. What year did this one come out? I saw it around the place quite a lot when it first came out, 2019, so 2 years ago, and I never really thought to pick it up, but I think my reading tastes are constantly changing, and I love the fact that that means that something that didn't appeal to me a year ago or 2 years ago suddenly appeals to me now. So this one definitely fits that category. I also really enjoy on the back that this says, like a wickedly brilliant Donna Tartt, Agatha Christie and Leanne Moriarty all mixed into one. That definitely makes me really, really want to pick this up. It follows our main character Jess Walker, who is at university. She falls into a group of people that can make her life extraordinary, and the question at the end of this is, what is the cost of an extraordinary life? That is what we're left with at the end of the blurb. So I think this is gonna definitely give off the Secret History type of vibes, which I'm very excited for, and it's got a yellow cover, so I'm very happy about that. So those are my 6 books. I feel like I did pretty well. Carrying those around London wasn't necessarily the easiest thing for my back. It feels like it shouldn't be that heavy, but it was. So these are my 6 books. Very, very pleased. I can now shelf them now that I've hauled them for you guys and shown you. But what I'm currently reading is still Monstrous Design by Kat Dunn, but let me tell you, I'm finishing this book today. It's happening. It's absolutely happening. I have got this much. I have to finish it today because my TBR for Fictionary for September starts tomorrow, and I am not gonna lie, I'm pretty daunted by that TBR. I have set myself a couple of different reading vlog challenges for September that I have to read certain books for, and adding them onto what I have to read as well as my TBR it's just quite a lot, so I hope I will be able to get to those, but I do intend to finish this today. I am obsessed with this. I just haven't really had a chance to read it because when I'm back at home, I don't read as much because when I'm here, I'm alone. I can sit in the evening and just read my book instead of watching something on TV, whereas when I'm with my family, we all like to sit together and watch something on TV or play a game or watch a film, so I'm a lot less likely to be picking up my book at the time I would normally for a few hours in the evening here. So I'm gonna read that tonight. Also going to the gym today for the first time in a long time. I'm heading there after work and I have not been since I want to say July, I think, which is not great because I've been paying the whole time still, but I didn't feel comfortable once social distancing was gone to still go to the gym. I didn't like the idea that I would be right next to somebody, and I still don't like that idea, but I am paying for it. I have to be paying for it because I'm in a contract for a certain amount of months, and I want to go because I want to feel better about myself, like, and healthier with having exercised. And I always feel like better once I have exercise because it does make your brain better or whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like, exercise is good for you, isn't it? So I want that, but also I just have reached a point now where I know I need to start living my life, and I have been living my life, but I just can't keep being terrified of everything. And I haven't quite been like that, but I have certainly been, I've still been doing things, but I've just been scared to do them. And now everything that I have paid a lot of money to do, so for example, go to see Six in London, has all happened now. So whilst I do have a couple of things coming up that I'm really, really excited about, I feel like I am in a much better position to not be absolutely terrified constantly and go to the gym. So wish me luck. I will hopefully, by the time you're watching this, have gone 3 times already. Hopefully 3 times a week is my plan. So I'm gonna get back to work shortly. I've just been on my lunch break, and yeah, after work it's the gym and finishing this book. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Did I finally finish this book? Yes, yes I did. I did exactly what I said I would do, and I finished this book last night and I loved it. Came out as 4.5 out of 5 stars. It was as epic as I'd have hoped. It's led into the 3rd book. I need to know what happens to these characters. It was filled with just the right level of drama and epicness, balanced with wit and humour, as the first one was as well. These characters are just so funny and enjoyable to read about. It really feels like such a fun reading experience. So I absolutely adored this. I can't really tell you much more than that about it because obviously this is the 2nd book in the series. So if you want to know more about this, head to 2 vlogs back because that's when I talk more about the 1st book. But this is about a group of people who want to free people from the gallows and basically stop as many deaths happening as they can. And this is their journey taking over from the 1st book, and that is all I can say. It was really, really good. Cannot wait for the 3rd one to come out. Very glad I picked this up. Kat Dunn, masterful storyteller. Excellent book. So that means I have completed all of my books as the month ends, apart from my audiobook, which I am still listening to, which I keep forgetting the name of. The Night She Disappeared, something like that. Lisa Jewell thriller, really, really good. I've been listening to that this morning and I am obsessed with that. So that I hope to be finishing like early this week. This week isn't early anymore, we're on Wednesday. This week, it's a 4-day week. A 4-week week? Oh my gosh, can you imagine how long that would be? It's a 4-day week. So I hope to finish that book within the next few days. Gosh, time! It is still a 7-day week, but it's a 4-day working week, obviously, because we had a bank holiday in the UK. I'm just going to stop talking now and tell you about my next book, which would involve me to continue talking, but about something a bit more topical. I don't know what's happened today, but apparently I can't shut up. So, the next book I'm going to be picking up, and the first book off of my September TBR, because we have now entered September, is Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Nagan. This is for a dedicated reading vlog for a specific reason. I'm very excited to be filming. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I want it to be a surprise, but this is one of the books that I will be reading for that reading vlog. So I started it this morning. I am 30 pages in so far. From what I can gather, this is about a world that has been torn apart, and the remainder that we have left is basically there is this king ruling, everyone seems to be terrified of him, and every year he decides to take concubines in the form of what he calls paper girls. And they're basically people that he sexually abuses and are just there for his own pleasure. So we follow our main character who has been taken as one of these paper girls. Now I'm 30 pages in and this is all that's happened so far. Like, we have immediately been thrown in. We have immediately seen that she is going to be in this situation. We haven't really had much establishing. I don't really feel like the character's been built up, or the setting or the history enough yet. It just feels like she's suddenly been pulled into this world and this thing that's going to happen to her. So kind of need a bit more at the moment to gauge my thoughts and feelings. But yeah, so far I like books that jump straight in, but I think you need to do it in a way where you don't make the reader feel like they don't care. You need to get a connection there with what's happening and the situation and the characters and their family life and things so that we care. to then make it hurt more when it's no longer there. So that's kind of what's happening at the moment, literally like within the first few pages of this book. So I will continue reading this one as well as listening to my audiobook, my Lisa Jewell book. And yeah, they're both very different books, so hopefully they should offset each other well. We have a YA fantasy and we have got an adult thrillery mystery thing. So that's my day, having a big FaceTime with Lauren after work and clearing out my wardrobe. How thrilling does my Wednesday night get? I know. I haven't really done much of a clothing clear out for a long time. I did one since I've lived in my flat, but it was like a summer thing. And now I've kind of reached this point where I just don't want to force myself to wear the clothes that are too tight for me just because I can't accept that maybe I need to get a size up. And I think that can be quite a difficult thing to come to terms with, or at least personally I found that it's okay that your body changes over time, and that is completely normal. But also something else that changes over time is clothing sizes and brands manufacturing those sizes. And one day a 12 will fit you and the next like year that might change the pattern and it might not be quite the same fit as the 12 the year previously. So it might not necessarily be that your body's changing, but the clothing stores are changing as well. Or it could be both. Anyway, point being, I'm kind of just having this moment recently where I'm like, just buy the clothes that fit you, because everything I own for winter seems to be too tight. Everything I owned for summer was too tight and I replaced it all with stuff that fit me. And now I need to do the same thing for winter, or autumn to winter, because it feels good to be in clothes that make me feel good about myself. So clearing out a lot of my wardrobe items, being brutal, saying no to fast fashion and actually buying clothes that I really like, maybe cost a little bit more but hopefully will last me longer and be a lot better for the environment as well, and fit me as well. So yay, you didn't need this, but here it is. So welcome to Wednesday, and yeah, this is what I'm entering the week reading, kind of, not really entering the week, entering the month reading. Happy September. Hello. So to those of you who remember back to last year when I moved into this flat, you might have seen me attempting to build flat pack and failing because I can't do it. I don't like instructions. I don't like logic. I like just creating. And I can't do that with flat pack because then I won't have the piece of furniture that I ordered. So I've ordered a new table to go there because the other table was just something that I bought very cheap secondhand when I moved in just to kind of fit the space, and now I wanted to buy something that actually matched everything and worked properly with what I wanted for the table. So that's arriving. I got a shipping email this morning and then suddenly just the chairs arrived today. So I didn't know they were coming and I'm going to try and make them by myself. There are instructions, but I just don't like instructions. So we're going to see how this goes. My flat pack building originally when I moved here wasn't great. Maybe I've improved with absolutely no practice. Let's find out. Just to give you a quick update on my chairs, we have one chair built. Chair 2, not built yet, but will be built shortly. But yeah, was it easy to do it on my own? Not entirely. Did it kind of need 2 people to hold this up? Yes. But that's what balancing on the floor is for. So I feel like this is kind of a success. Single living, built 2 chairs. Tables arriving later this week. I don't know how that will go, but success. I feel like I'm in DIY mode right now. I have built a table today, down here, there, where I can't point. Oh no, there. Here's the table. It's a little table for my record player. It matches my table here. It's the same kind of wood, the walnut colour, and it matches my kitchen cabinet countertop table thing, whatever that's called. It's walnut coloured. Then I've got my little His Master's Voice box of records down there. So I'm pretty pleased with this. I wasn't sure like whether it would work or not, if it'd be too much furniture, and I'm still not sure because my table's not here yet, but I think it works in that space. I think it looks not too bad. The table is arriving today, but I built both the chairs yesterday, and you know, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't like the easiest thing in the world to do alone because you kind of have to prop one of the chairs up while she put the screws in the other end of it, but I did it. Hopefully the table is the same. I've really tried to get on it this week with doing all the things I keep putting off doing. So I ordered the table, I ordered that little table, and I also, I don't think you can see it, this is very exciting obviously, why can't I point? There is a new radiator for my hallway because when I bought this flat, the heating was like night storage heating, which is really old, expensive, clunky heating, and I was like, nope. So I stripped all of that, put in electric Wi-Fi radiators that connect to my phone, and basically just did that. But it was freezing for about a month or two last winter, like so cold. And I had given the people that recommended these radiators my floor plan, and they told me what I needed, and I got that. And then I called them back up and they were like, oh, well, you could put one in your hallway. We probably should have told you that at the time. And I was like, cool, thanks, but they're quite expensive. So I've had to wait to be able to get one. And now we are entering back into the autumnal and winter months. I wanted to know I had that there. So that's in my hallway. Someone's got to come around and help me convert a plug to a different type of plug or something. Yeah, so that's happening. These are all very adulting updates, but I have to wait now for my table to arrive because Yodel is delivering it, and they are doing this route. I keep watching them to see where they are, and like, they were right by my flat. They were so close, and then they just went like all the way over there, and I'm like, Yodel, please bring me my table, because I'm waiting to go to the gym. And then once the table's here, I can build the table, go to the gym, come back, chill, and know that my flat is done for a little bit longer until the radiator goes up in the hallway. And then I'm kind of settled again. I feel like this week I felt like I've been moving all over again because for taking furniture apart and moving things around. But what I think I'm going to do is go sit outside and get the last of the summer sun, because it is pretty nice and sunny outside, and just sit and read Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Legan, which is the book I'm reading at the moment for a reading challenge. And yeah, it's okay, it's picked up a little bit. It's just very predictable and like has the kind of characters that tick boxes at the moment. It seems like, you know, the friend, the mother figure type of thing. And yeah, I just need a little bit more from it, but I am not far in. I'm 67 pages in, so I'm gonna go do that now. It is Thursday, it's nearly Friday, we're nearly there. Hi. There was a time when I said I was gonna make a table and then go to the gym. I don't know what that person was thinking, but the table was made. I am not going to the gym because that table took me ages. It took me ages. Here it is. I did that on my own. Can I just say, so many things require two people. Even like buying a meal for two. So many things require two people. That table required two people. But I bossed it, kind of. I think I bossed it. I'm just going to flip you around and show you. Like the Coldplay song, no one said it was going to be easy, but no one said it was going to be this hard. That was hard, it's wonky. Like, can you see the wonk? Higher up here than it is here. But, you know, I'll leave that for another day. My stepdad can have a look at that when he's next round. But we've got a little bench here, slide under. We've got the chairs, so I can sit here and I can watch TV whilst I'm sitting and eating nothing at the moment. And this is my table. It matches everything. Look at that. Yes! This will be featured in my flat tour, which is going to be coming next month. It's happening next month. It's actually happening. I mean, I'm filming it next month. Maybe it'll come at the end of the month, but it's happening. So here's the table. Here's me. Hi. I'm going to go and sit and read that book right there, because that was effort, guys. It really, really was. Just a quick one before I disappear for the night. The Night She Disappeared by Lisa Jewell, audiobook, so good. I am obsessed. I have 40 minutes left and I cannot stop listening to it. The mystery, the thrill, the drama, the intensity, so good. If you want a really good thriller on audiobook that you're just literally not going to be able to put down, would really recommend The Night She Disappeared. Just spectacular. Hi, I am working at my kitchen table. It's not a kitchen, is it? Dining room, lounge. The table that I built yesterday with my bare hands from Flatpack. I'm working here today because I just felt really proud of it. I wanted to sit on it and use it. So here we are. Hi. I finished The Night She Disappeared last night by Lisa Jewell. I think the last update you'll have heard from me was me saying how gripping it was, and I had like 40 minutes left in the audiobook. My God, the way that that book changed and manipulated the way that you thought of each of the characters as you went through was so clever. I think that is a trait of books I really enjoy. I really enjoyed that with Quicksand that I read last month as well, when you just have one opinion of a character and then the way that the story develops just completely turns around how you feel about all the characters, and you're just constantly double guessing everything. And it was just such a good thriller. It was really compelling, really interesting, and I really enjoyed the journey we had to find out what happened to this missing girl and her boyfriend. And we followed so many different perspectives and different timelines to see how it would all piece together, and I think that was done incredibly cleverly. So it's no surprise really that came out as like a 4 to 4.5 stars. Really, really good fun. I'm glad that my mum recommended me that one. She literally messaged me last week and said, I've just finished this, you need to read it. And I had one Audible credit and I was like, I really need to use this or something for my TBR, but this looks really good, so I'm gonna do it. So I did. I went off book. Why do I use... like that, it's not even meant to be a pun, going off book. It's just a thing that people say, isn't it? But yeah, every time I say it, I'm like, off book, because they're books. Anyway, so yeah, finished that, really enjoyed it. Very, very happy that I read that, thanks to my mum for recommending it. But yeah, it's Friday, midway through the day. I don't have like strict plans for the weekend, but I do hopefully intend to do quite a lot of reading because I want to really get on it with my TBR. I want to be able to finish Girls of Paper and Fire this weekend, and I want to start Law and The Nature of Witches, which I think I'm gonna read at the same time, which is not a thing I do, but there's a reason for it. I'm basically trying to film lots of different videos at once, and they require me to be reading different books. So this could be mania, or it could be great. I don't know, but anyway, hi, it's Friday. Hope you guys have enjoyed this weekly vlog so far, and yeah, hope you're getting some good reading done. Oh, also, I got book mail yesterday. So I mentioned that I hauled Flashfire by TJ Klune and hadn't got a copy of The Extraordinaries yet. Well, now I do. I have a hardback of The Extraordinaries. This kept coming in and out of stock and it came back, so I was like, right, mine, yoink. So now I have both copies of these in hardback and I have the complete series. It doesn't fit on my shelf, need to rearrange a little bit, but it's here, it's here. So that's my Friday update for you. Gonna basically start reading loads of books at once. It's gonna be manic. I don't know how I'm gonna deal with it, but let's see. I finished this book 3 days in with 2 books down for the month. One of them wasn't on my TBR, but this one was. Finished it. I will be giving my proper thoughts and feelings in the reading vlog that this was for, but just as a quick summary, I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. It did disappoint me a little bit. I thought that it would be a little different, actually. I thought that this story followed a different type of magic system, and for some reason I had it in my head that there were a load of girls that were paper girls and they had like this paper magic, and then we were following our main character who was a fire magic person and was different from the rest of them for that reason, but it wasn't really that. And I feel like the plot just didn't really come out of its shell. I needed a lot more from the plot. It was very much about the journey of these girls not wanting to be sexually abused by the king and how to stop that from happening, and then there was like a wider thing going on, but we didn't really quite get enough of that, it felt like. And obviously the plot of not wanting to be abused by the king is a really important plot, and I think it explored that, and like my body, my choice, and how we shouldn't just accept something just because it's the way it's always been. I think it explored that very interestingly, but I just wanted a bit more from the plot. I just needed a bit more layering going on. I needed more layering in the villainous character of the king, because we had him being the villain because he was sexually abusing these girls, but we didn't get much more from him, and I felt like there could have been more there. So yeah, it was okay, but you know, we'll discuss it properly in the dedicated reading vlog. Pretty sure I'm going in and out of focus right now as well because this is not good lighting. But yeah, I'm gonna go pick my next read and get ready for bed. Friday out. Hello, decisions were made last night. This book is the book I picked to read. I started it last night. I'm about 40 pages in. I always get worried when I start these books in the Fallen Kingdom series because there is no recap. I have not been reading them back to back. I can vaguely remember what happened in the last book, but it's not like on the tip of my tongue. And yeah, I did go into this one semi-clueless. They could really do with a little recap, but I'm not feeling too lost yet, and I am feeling quite gripped. I always read these super fast, so I know that this is going to be one I can finish. Not going to say over the weekend, but within like a couple of days at least. So I am pleased with my choice. This will hopefully bring me up to 3 books finished for the month pretty soon. But also this brings me one step closer to finishing this series, which is going to be an achievement of the year if I can do it this year, because I feel like I've been reading this for quite a long time, but also I don't really feel like I often actually finish a series that is just a finished series. Like all the books are out in the series, there's nothing more to come, and I can actually just close off that series and have that achievement. So woo! Also today I am going out at some point. I'm not really sure what timings are, but I'm going out at some point with my friend later to grab a drink, and my plumber, feels weird calling her my plumber now because she literally just does so much for me around the flat, is putting that radiator on that wall for me and rewiring a plug socket. So those are my 2 very exciting things, one slightly more exciting than the other obviously. So that's my Saturday. Hope you guys are doing great, hope you're enjoying the vlog, but I will come at you later with another reading update for Crystal Storm, because I am hoping to be able to sit down and read a good chunk today, but I've got really no idea what my afternoon is looking like. I just know I'm going out at some point. Hello, I return. I have gone out with my friend, went to Circle Lettuce, got some cocktails, got some churros, got some scampi and fries, accidentally ordered a salad instead of fries and had to buy fries separately, which was great. But here I am, I have returned. It is Saturday night. I haven't read anything more of Crystal Storm than when I spoke to you earlier, but I can tell you that what I have already read is really good and I'm really enjoying it. But I am going to wrap up the vlog here because I think I just want to chill out now and watch a film or a bit of Sex and the City, something like that. Just want to chill. So I'm going to wrap this up here. Hope you guys have enjoyed this weekly reading vlog. Hope you're looking forward to next week's weekly reading vlog. I am slowly bossing the TBR again, hopefully. Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys very, very much for watching this vlog. If you do or did have, if you liked it, please do give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what you've been reading this week, or subscribe, or both. Do all of these things if you would like to. Subscribe to see more of my face on your feed. I also have a Patreon link down below where you can get loads of extra content from me. It's such a fantastic place to be. It's such a lovely community and it is growing at the moment and I'm so happy. I'm so excited about it. So that is all linked down below as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Keep smiling and stay positive.